Hey everyone, this is Mike. I was going to do a video on these scoopers. And somebody asked about the ends falling off. So I figured I'd just do a whole little what I know about them. There might be more to them than what I even know. But basically, on just about all scoopers, and I have a different brand here. When you look at the sharp edge, so like you put your thumb on there, you have a dull, a rounded edge and a sharper edge. This is for the big one puts down more emulsion on your screen, and the sharper one is a finer emulsion for finer detail. Best way to know without touching is that the sharper edge side always has, or at least in my experience, has an extra ridge. You see that extra ridge there? We'll get in there. See that extra ridge? I'm going to use this dirty one as an example. See that? Which side am I looking at? Oh, okay. This one looks a little different. Come on. Okay, you can kind of see from the ink there's an extra ridge right there, a little bump before the main bump. Now I'm going to turn it around to look at the other side, and you can see it's smooth with just a single bump here. There's an extra bump, and I'll show you on the cleaner one also. So that's how you tell which side is the sharp side, just by looking at it. So I know this is the sharp side. You can also put your thumbs on there and push, and you can feel which one's sharper. The main reason you want to know that is so that when you pour your emulsion in there and you want to use one particular side, you may or may not want to get all messy. So when you're getting ready to pour it, you can just look and see this ridge here and go, okay, this is the sharp side. You don't have to do the thumb test. All right, now the other thing is the scoops themselves are like printer heads, because you're laying the emulsion down. You want the emulsion to be as even as possible, but you also want it to not have any blemishes in it. So you want your edges to be nice and crisp with no marks or damage. So you can listen, you don't hear anything. Now this older one I got from somebody, you can hear there's damage right there. You can actually see it. See if I can zoom in on that. Where's that? Right there. There, you can actually see the damage. Now when you put the emulsion on, it could leave a line behind when you do that. So you have to take this apart and use a fine file, a big file, to get it as even as possible, and just do long strokes on it. You know, don't work in just one area. You have to start on one end and go to the other, just like you're sharpening it, so it stays even. If you use sandpaper, you're going to get a rolling effect, and that could let more through. So this side's even damaged. I'm showing this one because, I mean, this one's obviously not taken care of. Just being dirty doesn't mean that it's bad, but this is my main one that I use for my t-shirts, and I keep the cover on it just for that simple reason. I won't get any blemishes. So again, there's an extra notch there we'll look at on the clean one. You see that extra line? I'll flip it around. This side just has that one bump. So this side that has the extra line is the sharp side. Now to fix your loosening, I've already done this one, so I'll do this one. You need a hammer and a punch or an auto punch. Okay. See how things just, they come off so you can pour your emulsion back into the thing and scrape it with your finger. But sometimes they get to the point where while you're using them, they loosen up and emulsion seeps through, or they actually pop off. This one's not too bad, but this is what you do. It basically boils down to the edge. You got the V edge here. On the outside edge, not the inside, because that's where the emulsion lays up against the plastic, but on the outside edge, you want to take your punch. Man, there's a lot of ink on there. I found a spot that doesn't have any ink. Right here. Alright, so what's going to happen is, do it one more time. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so what I did was, at an angle near the edge, and you can kind of hear it, what it'll do is it'll give you a bump, a protrusion on the outside edge, so that when the plastic slides around it, it grips it. One over here, one here. So 4 of them should suffice. I can show you on this one's cleaner. You can see where I did 1, 2, 3, and I did the 4th one up here, I believe. And you can actually hear it when you scrape your fingernail across it. What that does is when you stick this end cap on here now, it fits nice and secured and doesn't want to come off. So, you know, I mean, you can still take it off, but you don't have to worry about them coming off when you're doing your emulsion. This one I didn't do the bottom, I just did the top. So I'll do this one here. This is a lot cleaner. There's no ink on it. It's okay if it slips off. Just go back and do it again. Yeah. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. So that's how you fix these ends on these things. And when you're done with them, if you don't have a cover, store them somewhere where you know they're not going to get dinged up, in a shelf, in a cabinet, wrap them in a towel or something, because that's pretty important. These things aren't expensive, but you don't want to keep buying these. This shouldn't be a consumable. This is aluminum up against silk. This thing should last a lifetime, right? All right, hope that helps somebody. Everyone take care.